I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Leominster School Committee statement. The committee represents the needs of all Leominster Public School students and places their interest above all others. We will exercise leadership, adhere to our protocols, and base our decision upon reasoned assessment of all available information. We will advocate for each one of our schools and support high-quality public education. And before we go to public comments, I just want to make an announcement that the contract.
We would do that later on.
Okay. All right. So we'll go straight to public comment. Do we have anybody in the room that is interested in giving public comment? Under. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Again, public comment. Anyone in the room for public comment? Anybody online for public comment? All right, we'll close out public. One last time in the room or online for public comment. Okay, we'll close out that and go directly to communications.
No communications?
Thank you. Go to the student report. Hirsch, you're up.
All right, so Valon unfortunately has basketball, so I'll be delivering the LHS updates. 4 LHS students participated in the CDMMEA Senior High School Music Festival last week. Sydney Ladner, Gil Cullen, Rowan Irizarry, and CJ Evans. Liliana Richards of the LHS Theater Company and the LHS Select Choir performed at the mayor's inauguration on January 5th, and the choir also had an amazing trip to Orlando before the break. Winter sports have started, and then for in-club news, before the break, the Science Club and Mayor's Youth Council participated in Wreath Across America at the Winchendon Veterans Cemetery, and Student Council planned a spirit week of winter-themed days. The health club gathered donated hats, gloves, and mittens, and the NHS hosted their annual blood drive last Friday. There's a trip to Iceland being planned for April 2028. Mr. Bergeron and Miss Romhani are organizing that. Mr. Lafayette's criminal law classes welcomed Colonel Noble, the commander of the Massachusetts State Police, last week. And finally, Term 2 ends tomorrow, and report cards will come out next week.
Thank you, Hirsch. Superintendent's report.
Thank you. As Hirsch mentioned, Term 2 ends tomorrow. So this is a great opportunity to talk to students about resetting and gearing up to do their very best for the third quarter. Winter sports season has begun in Leominster. There's lots of great athletic events happening. So if you have an opportunity to check our winter calendar, we highly recommend that you do that. I also want to mention that MCAS is coming for grades 3 to 10. MCAS will start in March. And, although MCAS is not required for graduation for 10th graders, it is an important part of our educational process. We use the data to really understand where we are as a district and how to intervene with student needs. And so we're just starting to talk really early about the importance of that for all of our students, including our 10th graders. There's lots of scholarships that are attached to the success our 10th graders have on that assessment. So I just want to start talking about that early. And then also regular daily attendance. And that is something that we know translates into better student outcomes. And so I know it's colder and I know that there is a lot of flu going around, but if students are healthy, they don't have a fever, we really want them to attend school regularly. So thank you.
Thank you. All right, next we'll move into presentations and discussion. I'd like to invite Principal Romano, Principal Koska up to the table. This will be a presentation on LHS and CTEI school improvement plans.
Good evening.
Hello.
Thank you for coming to CTI. Tonight's CTI presentation is going to be done by Mike, who's our new assistant principal, and myself, who's a principal at CTI, and some of our students are going to share some of their, showcase some of their things that are going on today.
CTI is also fortunate to have some new staff on board. Caleb Benoit, our new guidance counselor, Ashley Carey, our new nursing assistant, Sean Powell, our new HVAC instructor, and Abe Frescus, our new business technology instructor. And not listed is Steve Miss, our new automotive technology instructor.
Great. And another new thing that's happening at CTI this year is we have an ILT team that's meeting 2 times a month. And that has a wide range of our shop instructors who are classroom or shop instructors in that. So we're looking over our student improvement plan, which was wrapping up, and we're starting to plan for new one, working with our staff around that. And you'll see some of the things we've already done that we're going to present tonight. And we also have, for the first time, Principal Romano has allowed us to have or set up a plan so that we can do PLCs. And our PLCs are a little bit different because it's our junior and seniors teachers and their ELA, math, social studies, science, and our special ed. So we're all different curriculum areas, but we are working for what's best for the students that we are all servicing and those same students. So we're going through the process of that with our PLC team and learning the school improvement, student improvement goal around that. So we're excited about that work. So at this time, I'm going to bring up some of our students. So we have our building upgrades. I know that Mr. Josh has come up to see our Ovenbrook pizza makers. We have somebody who's going to present today on the pizza maker. And then we also have graphic arts. They have new embroidery machines, which they're not going to present, but there's a picture on there. But they're going to present the launch of our new website to order materials that is live now. And so we're going to introduce Alyssa Kennedy first, who's going to talk about our oven brick pizza maker. Come on up, Alyssa.
Hello, my name is Alyssa Kennedy. I'm a senior here in the Culinary Arts program. Today I'm going to be talking about the dough in our authentic pizza oven from Naples, Italy, building since 1892. Naples, Italy is where pizza was created. Each day we create a fresh batch of dough that is enriched with our special ingredient, a starter dough. What is starter dough, you may ask? Starter dough is a aged dough that has been refrigerated for 3 to 5 plus days. What this does is that it helps by enhancing the fermentation process, improving the texture, and enhancing the flavor of the dough. After mixing the dough together, it undergoes a 3-day fermentation in the refrigerator, developing a great chew, texture, and flavor. The longer the dough ferments, it develops more great flavors and texture. Our pizza oven is a workhorse when it comes to the cooking. Our oven is preheated to 575 degrees every morning at 7 a.m. What's so efficient about this oven is that it's so well insulated that it allows to retain the heat overnight, starting the day at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. It gets shut off at 12:30 p.m. and keeps a warm temp of that 200 degrees Fahrenheit. The oven can hold up to 6 pizzas at just one time and cooks the pizza in around 2.5 minutes. The oven has a rotating deck that ensures even and efficient cooking and eliminating the manual turning of the pizza. This modern feature saves time and guarantees efficient cooking. When it comes to cooking the dough, we build our pizzas by shaping and stretching them onto a greased pizza screen. But those 2 key reasons is because it allows for a quick preparation of multiple pizzas that are ready to be sauced and then topped with all the toppings. This pizza screen also prevents burning of the bottom of the crust, while it ensures a cooking thoroughly without just burning the crust at the bottom so quickly because of the deck being so hot. For the last final touch, we slide the pizza off that greased pizza screen with a pizza peel right onto the deck to crisp and brown the crust to perfection. Any questions?
I've had the pizza and it's delicious.
Delicious.
I was just gonna say, it sounds
know.
delicious.
Yes, it was very good.
Thank
did a
you.
nice job presenting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What pizzas you're gonna share out tonight?
Oh,
Oh, you're making pizza?
They're gonna serve you in a couple of seconds.
Okay.
I do know we have a cheese pizza, a pepperoni with hot honey. There is a spinach one, artichoke one. Yeah, I know there are some signs over there, but I think she's chicken broccoli Alfredo. I think she's coming out with the list. There's a hamburger, pepper, and onion pizza as well. Yeah.
I make motion to adjourn.
They're gonna set up while we talk the next.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, at this time, we're gonna have Graphic Arts come up because they're the ones that did, Ben and Devin did the website. So they're gonna talk to a little bit about the website. Matt's gonna walk.
Hi, I'm Devin. This is Ben. We're both seniors in the graphic communications program here. We're just going to run you through how to get onto the website from the Leominster Public Schools website. So if you just go onto the Leominster Public Schools and you go to the Center for Technical Education Innovation, you can scroll down and you can find this pop-up for the website and just click on that link. And once you reach the link, you can see our mission statement and then featured items of our store. If you go back up, you can see the See Store button. If you click on that, then all of our supplies in there, anything that we sell in the school store here in the shop, is on there and you can order it right from the website.
So after you order it from the website, either we can bring it to the classroom for the student or you can come down and pick it up here in graphics. So yeah, we also, I think she had mentioned that we also just have the school store up there. So if you want to purchase it in person, you can.
Name of the store again?
On here, it's called the Blue Devils Marketplace.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
And I'd also like to thank the culinary arts instructors are both here, and same with our graphic arts are both here also to support the kids. So we appreciate that. We're going to keep moving while they come out and get the pizza ready, and then you guys can enjoy. So as we talk about our school improvement goals and objectives, we chose on two of them, attendance and culture and safety. Our school improvement plan was to decrease the overall total chronic absenteeism by at least 1% for each. We've been working with our CTI student assistant team. We meet every day 2, sharing information on what's going on, reviewing the data, looking at our attendance, looking at the academics, looking at our shop rubrics to make sure our students are moving in the right direction and seeing where we need to assist them. And then we also have weekly attendance data reviews with our attendance officer, Frankie, and our guidance counselor and myself. We're making phone calls, we're sitting with students, and we're making plans for their being at school and no excuses, and making sure that those plans are being followed. So the students know they need to be here and they're checking in with us on a daily basis. So far right now, our attendance rate for year to date, January 26th, it's 93.5%. where last year was at 91.8 at the end of the year. So we feel a little bit good that some of the stuff that we're doing is working and getting kids to school. And our chronic absenteeism year to date is 22%, and that is down from last year already. So we're excited about kind of moving in the right direction and getting our students here, because we know if they're here, then they can also learn and be here to learn. Our school improvement goal for culture and safety is creating an environment that promotes safety, our well-being, making sure that we're positive, our social connections, and making sure that we're out in the community and beyond, which we have been doing with our Habitat for Humanity. NEAS, working on our new vision and mission statements, which Mike and I are going to share with you, with our ILT team and our whole staff. Everybody at CTI has been coming to our meetings. That includes the academic side also, so that everyone is on the same playing field, and we all had an input on the vision and the mission and what it's going to look like moving forward. And we're working on curriculum for our vision of a graduate, just to make sure that we have our core values, beliefs about learning, and the vision of the graduate are embedded and aligned with our new vision and mission. So we're going to continue that work moving forward. So I'm just going to let you look at the new vision statement. Mike, you want to read that one? And I'll read the mission.
Sure. CTI's new vision is to empower every student by cultivating a safe, inclusive, and culturally diverse learning environment that leverages industry-leading technology on authentic, hands-on collaboration. We are committed to building trusting relationships and providing the technical expertise, critical thinking, and comprehensive academic and practical experiences that prepare college and career-ready graduates who strengthen the economy, meet evolving workforce needs, and lead meaningful, productive lives.
And the new mission statement, which we made sure kind of goes along, is the mission of CTI is to invest in every student through high-quality academics and hands-on industrial-aligned learning experiences that build competence, confidence, and readiness for our college and careers. Through partnerships and innovation, CTI ensures all students graduate with academic knowledge, technical skills, and practical experience, as well as the creativity and the adaptability needed for meaningful work, continued education, and lifelong success. So those are the two that we've kind of all worked on in the last 3 months between the ILT and the whole staff. And we just started with the beginning of the Portrait of a Graduate work, and they came up with their acronym of STRIVE. And so that is what we're going to be moving forward doing our Portrait of a Graduate with. So that work will be continuing on. So we will be excited to see what that is and come back. They've already started having students help us with their picture and how it's going to be interactive. And so we're excited about that. Habitat for Humanity partnership. I think that since we're both new, but this school has been working on the house since last year, and we had to finish it up this year. And we also started with the restore renovation. So that at 650 North Main Street. So as you can see, that was a huge on-take for our students. So it's taken us a long time to get all those between ordering and materials, but we have finally celebrated the opening of the Habitat for Humanity Restore in December at the very end before leaving. And then we celebrated the 10th Street home that we finally gave the key to the Jones family. And that's really exciting, some really exciting work. So now they have some time to be here and work on some projects that are going on here, but the shops that we have mainly in those. And here's some pictures of the inside of the Restore Center that they redid totally. And then there's pictures of the Habitat for Humanity home that was built by our students primary. And then to celebrate them and their instructors, it's carpentry, electrical, HVAC, and plumbing and heating were the shops that were there every day all the time, putting their hard work in, making sure that the pipes didn't burst. And they were really quite excited to be there for the celebration in the beginning of the month. So we definitely give them a kudos, and they're now kind of getting back into the swing of things and being here at school. But it was a lot of work and a lot of time for them to be there. I know everyone always talks about AI, and we've kind of embraced it here in our vocational school. We're trying to teach kids about AI, especially in the shops and the workplaces, and where they can use them and how that goes. We do have people using it. Canva is an AI product, and Graphic Arts uses it an awful lot. But AI is also being used for some of our curriculum support for lesson planning as we move some of our curriculum, as we're trying to figure out some of our curriculum and aligning that. We have teachers here who don't go through all the teaching programs. So the AI has really helped us put the lesson plans in, explain why you have all the steps, what the learning target is, and that. So we are embracing it here in the vocations, and we're moving it forward and hoping that the kids will be using it appropriately, and our teachers are starting to do that themselves. So that's great.
When I took on the new role of assistant principal, I also took on the role of co-op coordinator. And with that role, there's some responsibilities that I plan to do. There's a few items that I'm going to focus on as the new co-op coordinator, and that's working with the students, with the shop instructors, to making sure that they're employable. I'll make sure they know how to write a resume. I want to make sure that they know how to do interview skills and how to contact people. One of the other items is that, I want to build relationships with other employers in the city, and that's difficult itself, but I plan on using leverage like social media. I'll be doing cold calling, mostly word of mouth. We have families in CTI that have businesses, which is it's a great opportunity for for the students to become employed outside of the workforce. Another item is that I plan on doing is visiting the co-op sites where the students are employed. I want to make sure that I'm going to go talk to the employers. I want to make sure that what they were told they were going to be given from the student, that they can do the skills. As co-op coordinator also, when the students come back from the co-op week, I want to make sure that I'm talking with the students to make sure that they're receiving the full education and the full experience that they expected and were given.
It's great. Yeah, he's already gone out to visit a couple places. Yeah. I think they're in shock when they see him there.
Yeah.
They're like, did we do something wrong? So the last slide, I'm going to set up there. I'm just capitalizing on Skills USA. We are really, we had a nice talk when we first started in October about really embracing this program and getting our students involved, because this is not just individualized, but it just capitalizes on some of the things that they can move forward and just great skills that they can learn. So this year we're really proud. Like, we just took 10 of our freshmen, and our seniors did a huge show, which you'll see on the top. We have our other awards that came through, and we still have juniors and seniors going out in March. So we're just really impressed, and it's a wide range: plumbing and heating, auto body, electrical. There's a bunch of them who are BizTech has done some great stuff. So we are just trying to support them in every way possible, because it's the more the merrier. And I know they're fundraising right now, so if you want to join and see their fundraiser, it's right outside in the wall. You can do a little scan on your phone and purchase a fundraiser. I think it's for Domino's.
Yeah.
For buy one large, get one free for the rest of the year. But we're really embracing them and really making them shine and getting them in that. And we think it's important. So, and that's any questions for us, because I think we're done. They're going to serve the pizza to you, and off we go.
Welcome, Mike. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Can I ask quick? Just a comment on the attendance. That's pretty. The 2024-2025 number was 29.1. Was that for like up through January of 2024?
No, that was the end.
Because that's even more impressive, because we just hit flu season and my whole house was. So the fact that we're at 22% through January, that's really good.
Well, I think that we have a little bit of an edge because they want to go on co-op, especially our juniors. So they know tomorrow's the last day, and they already have, we have paperwork, files of kids wanting to go on co-op. So they know their attendance needs to be good, and they need to have good grades. So I think that we just have been meeting with kids, establishing that piece, and really explaining to them that attendance matters. And I have to say, it's been a great help having the attendance officer, me not being in the schools directly for like the first couple of months, but Franklin got me caught up quickly, got us caught up quickly, because then I made him sit with him, and then our guidance counselor, we had these plans, they're signing off on it, the parents signing off on it, and they're getting their kids to school. So that's all that counts.
And I think just the other thing that I would add is that if these kids are passionate about what they do and they see a future after graduation and a career, that's going to bring them to school. Like if they see a future in what they're doing, they see opportunities, and that's gonna get them in the classroom. And I think you've done a great job so far. I love the new vision and all that stuff. So kudos.
Thanks. Yeah, it's a little work in progress, because like I said, it's all 4 subject areas, but we identified a goal. We're all working towards that goal, and it's slow and steady, and we're making our way through the cycle, but we'll get there.
Are the students aware of the attendance numbers? Like, do you mention where you're at percentage-wise?
We haven't done that yet. Kayla and I were trying to figure out, because we're trying to figure out the TV out there, because that's what we really want to do, is announce those things and put it up there. Great job. We've been at the doors greeting kids. Come on in, get in there. So I think it's something that we definitely want to put up there and have it. But he's ordering the technology stuff right now, so hopefully we'll get that up and running. But we definitely want to see it, and they want to see it. We've been going around to different shops, like going around the shops and just giving the importance of being here, and just making sure that kids know that, even the sophomores, like, okay, next year's junior year, you're going to want to get out, so make sure your attendance is good. So
Awesome.
Great.
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Thank you.
I think the pizza's all ready for you guys, so you're more than welcome to go get a slice before you step up to Josh.
I don't know how Josh is gonna put up.
Come on, Josh.
Match that.
I think you should eat it while it's hot.
All right, we'll take a 2-minute pizza break.
All right.
Go ahead.
Renee is a very tough act to follow now. I don't have food for you. I could sing. I learned how to make AI videos of me like fleeing the police on a llama, if you want to see that. But I'll talk to you about how things are going at LHS. So first, which way am I pointing this, Matt? Yep, there we go. All right. So first, some things to brag about, kind of coming out of last year and the things that we had put into work on in our school improvement plan for last year. So our advanced placement tests, AP tests or AP courses are college level courses that students can take in high school. They're produced by the College Board, the same folks that make the SAT. And at the end of the course, students take an exam that's also created by the College Board. If they get a score of 3 out of 5 or higher, a lot of colleges will accept them for credit. So last year, 319 AP tests were taken by LHS students, and 234 of them students received a passing score. Typically, like if you're above 50%, you're doing pretty good. That's a 74% rate. What that actually kind of tells me, though, is that we need more kids sitting in those classes, because even if a student doesn't get that 3 on the AP test, just having that advanced placement coursework in their transcript is phenomenal, and it's a great way to expose them to those rigors and those challenges. So that is part of our goals for this year, is to get more kids into our AP courses. We also did the Seal of Biliteracy testing. This is our second year of doing that. So in the Seal of Biliteracy is an endorsement by DESE for students who achieve a passing score or a proficient score on the English MCAS and then take a test in a foreign language and demonstrate proficiency. So the first year we had about 20 students who got the Seal of Biliteracy, and this last year it was 34. This year, coming into the testing window, we have 81 students who have put in for the test. So it's another great thing to brag about. Our access scores improved. We had 77% of our students actually came off of ESL services. They FELD, as they say. They're former English learners now. And many of the other students advanced a level. In our staff development, we did a lot of work around PLCs and creating more and more. I'll talk more about those in a little while. The learning walks that we do, the data cycles, and then I'll spend some time talking about safety. And what I didn't put on there is cell phones. You know, we did very, very to the joy of the staff, but to the dismay of the students, we did ban cell phones from classroom bell to bell, not bell to bell. They can use them in the hallway and during lunch. I think it's had a pretty big effect on engagement. Staff were thrilled by it. During our last school council meeting, we talked about do we need to adjust anything about how we're doing that? And overwhelmingly, people said, no, we need to stay the course and continue to do what we're doing. We think it's making a difference on even things like fights or just kids roaming the halls. I think it's had a big impact. So I think that that's been a big success. And we're a little bit ahead because it hasn't been banned by DESE yet, but we're ahead of it if it does. So some things to focus on though are MCAS scores. Our MCAS scores took a big dip, and that had to do, I think, a lot with messaging. And so we are aggressively messaging that MCAS scores count. Next month, we're going to do an award ceremony for students who improved and students who were advanced in any of the areas on the MCAS. It's going to be about 2/3 of our students who will receive an award. And we're going to do that kind of in proximity to the ELA MCAS so that it's on students' minds like, oh, we get awards for doing this. And, I learned in the military that people will do a lot for an award. So we're hoping that will help with that message, along with messages about like the opportunities that are still there, like the John and Abigail Adams Scholarships and the Seal of Biliteracy. Attendance, I'll speak more to attendance a little bit. Ours has improved as well. So on both sides of the building, attendance has improved. And the big thing, though, is opportunities. And I'm really big on providing opportunities for students. I want every student that comes to LHS to have something that helps them in their career and college aspirations, whether it's a course or a program that we offer, or even a club that we offer, or the extracurriculars that we do. I want everybody to have something. And so I did make this graphic. This was my AI learning curve today that kind of covers the big 3 areas for this year's school improvement plan. And I'll give a brief update on what we've been doing towards those. But there's student equity and academic achievement, building a culture of achievement, which is developing teachers that have the skill set to promote learning in all students, and then school safety. After I was done learning how to do AI to make that's when I learned how to do the video of me playing center field for the Red Sox. And it's hilarious, and it's also a little bit terrifying that we can do this, but they're very convincing. All right, in terms of student equity and academic achievement, one of the big opportunities that we really expanded on this year was our early college offering. So early college might be synonymous to like dual enrollment. They're not quite the same, but they're the same idea. Students taking college courses during high school. And so we started sending a cohort of students to the Mount Wachusett campus that's here in Leominster. We have about 150 total students who are taking some form of early college. They're taking at least one college course this year. So they're saving money. They're helping with that transition and that adjustment between high school academic standards and college academic standards. And they're getting that opportunity to build up their resumes for when they do apply to college, whether it's to continue at the Mount or Fitchburg State or to move on to someplace else. So the goal ultimately is we'd love to see as many kids as possible leave Leominster High School with at least 12 credits. That's sort of the early college standard that they go for, is let's shoot for 12 credits. And so we have some other ideas that we're building on to make more pathways that kind of give a route for students to achieve those 12 credits. We have a really strong one for education that we do with Fitchburg State, and we'd like to expand that to some other career areas. We still want more students in our advanced coursework, new AP courses, and there is a significant gap between girls and boys in our AP courses, about 2-to-1 ratio of girls over boys. So one thing that we did, and we also have an ethnic gap that our white, African-American and Asian students are overrepresented in our AP courses, and our Hispanic students are way underrepresented. And so one of the efforts that we're using towards that is we gave the PSATs to a few hundred students this year. We gave them to every student who wanted to take the PSATs, and a lot who didn't want to take the PSATs, but their parents wanted them to. One of the things that we get out of that is we get a report on AP potential. So College Board sends every student who takes the PSATs a letter that says, hey, based on your scores, we think that you should try these AP courses. And so it's a great tool for our counselors to use when they're doing course selections for next year to say, well, you should be taking AP Language and Composition, or you should be taking AP Human Geography, and to push them, gently prod them towards those and have those conversations with parents. And I think that will help to get students who are reluctant to take those AP courses to maybe stretch themselves and at least try them. And then our Project Lead the Way program. So Project Lead the Way is a program to promote the sciences. There are 3 pathways. We now run all 3. There's engineering, biomedical, and computer science. And this year was the first, this is our 5th year, I believe, doing it. This is the first year that we reached the final level in those pathways, which is the capstone course, where students do an independent project. So we have about a dozen students who are doing those projects this year. So we have kind of reached that, the full potential on Project Lead the Way. And now we just need more students to make it all the way through that, those programs. The newest one is computer science. This is only the 2nd year for computer science, so it's a little bit behind, but we already have students who are doing the pathway, the capstone project in the other 2 pathways. And then finally, supporting our multi-language learners and our students with disabilities. We started a newcomer academy this year for our students who are new to the United States and are need a lot of support in learning English. And what it allows them is they kind of travel as a cohort. They have a history class that instead of learning the Federalist Papers and trying to struggle, you're learning English while you're reading very dusty primary source documents, they're learning citizenship and they're learning the basics of U.S. history that will help them to adjust to being in the United States. And their biology, instead of being buried in all the vocabulary, they have a bilingual biology teacher who's working with them to teach them biology while they're still learning English. And so we have 8 students in that program, and we think that 2 of them are probably at the point where they can graduate out of it for 2nd semester. And this is usually the time when we get more students who are new to America, and so we think that we'll be able to fill those seats afterwards. But we think it's been a big support to get those students so that they're making progress in their academics while they're getting a bump in their English language acquisition. In terms of culture of achievement, this is some of the stuff that I really enjoy doing. This is the work with the teachers. Our PLCs, should be professional learning communities, we do have 20 of them now, including the one that CTEI has. And they do a lot of work around looking at student data and identifying places where they can make improvements with students. They do a lot of sharing of resources. They do a lot of developing common activities and assessments together so that what students are getting is, instead of one teacher's bright idea, they're getting an idea that's been honed and refined through 4 other teachers. And then they're sharing those so that students have common experiences working with grade level texts and doing challenging activities. I enjoy doing that work a lot. We also do, we've done a lot of learning walks this year where I take a group of teachers and we visit multiple classrooms and we look for trends. I did 2 new variations on that this month. I took the department heads to see their non-professional status teachers so that they can kind of see where they are in their development and their onboarding with Leominster High School. And then I took new teachers to see veteran teachers last week. And that was probably one of the most rewarding things that I've ever done as a principal, was to take these new teachers, 3 English teachers, and brought them into classes with 4 veterans. And I had 2 hours of working with them on, lesson design and how to assess students and how to do questioning. I think they probably got more out of that than out of a dozen observation feedback cycles that I could have done with them. So one of the best experiences I've had at Leominster High School was working with those teachers. And then we continue to do our staff workshops. I try to get teachers to work to provide opportunities for staff to get things that they can apply in their classroom the next day. So when there's a new or a revised teacher evaluation rubric, and so we framed it around the things that are new in there and having teachers share their ideas with each other. And then finally, school safety, the upgrades to physical security in the building. In the past couple of years, we've added the barriers to keep people from driving into the school. The front vestibule, what they used to be that if a person came to Leominster High School, they rang a doorbell, they were buzzed in, and they were already inside the school before anybody knew who they were or what they were doing. That doesn't happen anymore. If you come to Leominster High School, most people never have to get past the initial vestibule, and there's another locked door before they can get inside. Our camera coverage, although every time something happens, we find another blind spot, but we're kind of running out of blind spots now on the camera coverage. The film that we've put over the windows, the night locks that we use so that anybody can lock a door if there's an emergency, all of those things. The next step is like our guidance suite is kind of open and fishbowl-y So I think we need to do some stuff to work on that. We've done a lot of work with Rick Bergeron to make this building a lot safer. And that includes the contingency plans and the drills that we've done. So we've done one drill so far this year, a lockdown drill that we run as kind of a teach. There's sort of a balance between making kids anxious about school safety. Like when you say there's going to be a drill, you make kids anxious, and you don't want them so anxious that they don't come to school and then they don't know what to do if there's a real emergency. So we try to make those like teach-based rather than stress-based. We don't have people come in and fire blanks or anything. This year, we've also done a lot with our contingency planning around what to do for reunification. So if there is a crisis in this building, the hard part on the schools is getting those students back to their parents at the end. And so we've done a lot of work planning out for that. And again, that's done with Rick Bergeron, who's been a great resource for us to use. All right, our attendance. So my target's always 95%. My interim target this year was to improve by 1%, and we're pretty much there. I didn't put last year's numbers on there, but when I looked at this presentation from last year, we're 1% higher across the board in all of those. So again, the work that the team that Jenny Allen has that do attendance, they've taken a lot off of me to run these reports, and they've taken a lot off the deans to arrange for these meetings with parents about attendance, and I think that it's paying off to some extent. Still not where we'd like to be, but we've improved. We're 1% higher than we were last year and continuing to rise. And then I always do my pitch, like I want students to get involved. So anybody who's listening, if you're a parent, like we have all these clubs, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing clubs up there. There's, anytime kids come up can find an adult to meet with them and do something meaningful, we'll make a club out of it. And so we have all kinds of clubs. I'd love to see every student get involved. Our winter sports are going on. I'm leaving here with Renee, and we're going to go to the basketball game at Fitchburg. It's going to be a different season from last year. Be a little more challenging, but our winter sports are going on. The wrestling team had their first loss of the season on Saturday. I think they're like 15-1 now. So the arts, hopefully you guys got to see The Wizard of Oz. All of the programs that we have do amazing things between the theater program, the music programs, and the chorus and the band programs. Just a fabulous array of things that they do. And then we keep pushing our academic opportunities. And so just cool things that kids get to do, whether it's the science, that's the Bowl Day science fair that they do, or students in I think that's coding in the computer science pathway. Colonel Noble, who came, I think Hirsch had mentioned it from Velen's report. Colonel Noble from the Mass State Police came. You'd think that state troopers are generally known to be intense. You'd think that the big boss of the state police would be an intense guy. He was a really nice guy. Renee introduced me to him and said, Dr. Romano was also a colonel. But there's a difference, he's like a general, colonel's okay, but colonel means lots of things. Colonel Sanders is a colonel too, but I wouldn't put myself in his company. And Colonel Noble was a tremendous speaker. Actually, next to him is another colonel, Colonel Sanders Zudo, from the Army National Guard. She's one of the 1st Brigade commanders in the Army National Guard that was a woman of color. So she was part of our Woman of Color speaker series that continues. She was great. So we have all kinds of opportunities that tie into academics, and then just the amazing things that our kids do in the community. Whether it's those are kids who were painting a mural at a nursing home here in town. Those are kids from the science club and the Mayor's Youth Council putting wreaths on graves at the Winchendon Veterans Cemetery in December. Very cold day. The Give group does a lot of things. They do a lot of our fundraising that we do and the can drives and things like that. Just amazing things that our kids do to make a difference around the community. And then coming up, well, we have winter and spring sports going strong. Tournament of Plays will be coming up before you know it. The Black Heritage Club has started planning for their gala. They haven't done this in 3 or 4 years, but if you can, this is a fabulous night. There's music and there's speeches, and it's a great time. The spring concerts will be coming up. Course selection kind of starts tomorrow. Our program of studies, the course catalog, will be updated by next Friday, and then we'll get right into that. And MCAS in March, and then before you know it, it's graduation and prom season. So things are exciting and things keep going on at Leominster High School. And then follow us on Instagram. I'll start putting videos of me, doing the post-conference after a Patriots game.
Josh, kudos to enforcing safety rules, because last week I was trying to get in the back door. It was like 10 degrees, hundreds of kids going by. I'm at the door, like a lost dog. Nobody let me
Sandy.
Well, Sandy, I'm both.
I wouldn't let you in either.
I do reminders every week or so in the announcements to not let suspicious people in the building, and so you.
You don't get much more suspicious, but
But to be fair, Sandy can also attest to my lack of culinary skill based on the snacks that I bring or fail to bring to school council. So the pizza is way beyond me. Well, thank you. And again, please come to those things.
Josh.
We'd love to have you at all of those things.
the AP exam. I just want to I just had to Google what the average passing score is for high school, and it's 30 to 40%.
Yeah.
So that's incredible.
And some of our programs, if I could just throw out a name Jim Oxford, he had a 95% pass rate on AP language, and he teaches 2 sections of it. So there's a lot of kids taking it.
Unreal.
So the AP psychology from Megan Robino, who that's another one that we teach 2 sections of. She's in the 90s as well in getting kids to pass. So there are some folks doing really great things, and there are some very challenging ones too. Our AP Chem numbers were down last year because the kids had to do it virtually. We didn't have a teacher qualified to do it. Those numbers will be great this year. So
Great
Yes, sir.
presentation.
Go ahead, Ronnie.
I got a couple of things written down here.
Sure.
New project lead the way options. I wrote down how many kids do you have?
So I didn't do a total of it, but I think we run 4. Yeah, it's a lot of sections of it. I would say it's 4, 3. The classes are capped at about 24. So there's a few hundred kids who are taking it between the 3 pathways. The most popular one is the biomedical.
I don't know if I'm going to say it the right way. Is there a limit?
The only limit really is how many teachers I can assign to it. So it's been, no, we really haven't had to cap it. We cap the individual classes at 24. But the only thing that kind of caps us from there is how many sections of biology do I need versus how many sections of biomedical can I run? So it's been fine. We could actually recruit more for the computer science pathway.
The other thing I wrote down. Oh yeah, I got it over here. Attendance.
Mm-hmm.
Grade 9 is 93%, and then it drops down to grade 12, 90.7%. What happened?
They start driving themselves, Yeah, no, it's.
It's a simple question on my part, and perhaps stupid, but there's a drop there.
No, I don't think it's stupid at all. I think some of it is, that freshman gets on the big yellow limo that brings them to school, and they tend to make it more often than the student who can drive themselves. And I think that really is a factor. Or senioritis is still a thing too. And senioritis, I have students say to me Romano, I'm almost out of here. And I'm like, okay, well, it's October 10th. So no, you're not really almost out of here. It really is a thing. So that's our big target that we need to work with. And Dave Bayshant does a lot to drag those students in as much as possible. So a lot of them end up getting themselves into some attendance trouble early on. And then he makes plans with them that, get them to buckle on.
Stop coming.
It's a factor as well. And they get the car, so they have to have the job because they need the car to get to the job, and they need the job to pay for the car. Yet it does.
It factors.
Yeah, it is a vicious cycle.
You said you have a target of 95. Do you have a practical target for each grade?
Yeah. So by the end of this year, I wanted us up 2%. So I wanted our average to be at over 93.5. I think was what our average would have been. So
average 95%, hoping that you'll get maybe 96 or something for grade 9.
That would be no. I wanted 95 for those seniors as well, and I know that one's a tough goal. But getting above 95 would be really, yeah.
March maybe.
Between grade 9, grade 12, did you notice the speed bump?
I haven't noticed one particularly. I just I've generally tended to notice that it's a downward. There's a declination every year as students go through. That every year their attendance is lower.
And is it related to their class or their class structures, their subjects?
I don't think so.
Takes them to all of a sudden they're at grade 9 and they're, and all of a sudden, grade 12, they're just,
Yeah, I think it is that senioritis and then just competing interests and deciding that, they'd rather, work a late shift and then come in a little bit later at school. So.
I think we all were infected with senioritis. Anybody here was infected with senioritis?
Oh,
Raise your hand.
Never.
No.
I never skipped.
It does, yeah. And those are our tough challenges,
All right, thanks. I
All right, thanks, Fran. Appreciate you.
I just wanted to comment, piggyback on Sandy's comment to the safety piece. I attend the safety committee meetings online, and it's good to see that all the schools are discussing these topics with Leominster Police, with Leominster Fire. You guys drill a ton, including with Arthur from Emergency Management. So it's really like all hands on deck. There's no stone left unturned there.
Yeah, and school safety is such a floating target too, because like a student who doesn't feel safe now, like I can't imagine how they would have felt 5 years ago. Like we are objectively far safer than we were 5 years ago, but you're still trying to convey that to students so that they also feel safe. Whether there's their perception of their safety, and then there's the actual physical safety of the building, and and it's challenging.
And things including the barriers in front of the door on the day that somebody drove a car through a police station front door.
Yeah.
You can't do that here because that committee had the foresight of that. So
Yeah, and that was totally a Rick idea. I hadn't even thought about doing something like that. Yeah,
that's good. It's all working out.
All right, you should go get seconds on the pizza.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I know I wasn't as fun as Renee.
Okay, next we have Superintendent Desmond for a request for meeting with City Council by Brandon Robbins.
So this is here because anytime a council member requests something of myself, it needs to come before you. Councilor Robbins has become the chair of the school subcommittee for the council, and so he is requesting quarterly, I believe it's quarterly meetings.
With you or with all of us?
I'm not clear on that. The email came to me, but I didn't return with a response until I have a sense of what we prefer.
Does he have a template? What to expect? What does
Agenda or
what
anything?
does he expect us to ask him? And what do we expect to ask him?
I don't have anything. I just have a very brief email stating that I believe there's something in the language that they have as a subcommittee that they can meet, I believe, 4 times a year.
Okay.
Maybe we could.
So, I was just going to say, historically, we have throughout the years, met with city council. Generally, it's, when there's a specific, issue. But I think, if Brandon is new to this position, I think it would be important for us to, meet. And I guess I would be wanting to meet as a full committee with or subcommittee as opposed to just you, superintendent. No, offense to you meeting with them, but that it's transparent and everybody knows what's going on, and to see whether they have any questions or we have any questions, and to see if there's any, sort of common direction. I don't know if they're looking for specific information, but I think it would be helpful, for us to at least, have a first meeting and then make determinations of how much meetings are needed if and when certain things arise.
Yeah.
So that would
I
be
agree.
my suggestion.
With the
Have a meeting when we meet the budget.
Okay.
We go before them.
Yes, we go before them.
But-
Right. This sounded like he wanted
well, that would
something
be
a little
for the
different.
subcommittee. Yeah.
Could do one Q1 or whatever. I don't know what the quarters are here, but the first few months, and then the meeting with city council is
Just the
the
budget.
quarter 2
It is just
or
us
whatever we call it.
reporting. to the budget. We don't really
But
have a lot of interaction.
yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense for us to all meet as a whole, just to understand and be able to answer all the questions and kind of come up with a game plan going forward.
All right. No vote needed on that or anything, right?
No.
Okay. All right, next is the FY27 budget timeline. Melanie Michaels, if you'd like to come up to the presentation table.
Would love to join you. So as we reviewed in our finance meeting, we need to approve a budget calendar / agenda each year. And so this year you have the proposed budget calendar in front of you with one exception. We would like to add in a March 23rd, 2026 initial presentation of the proposed fiscal 27 budget in place of the April 6th, so that will leave April 6th as a makeup date in case we have inclement weather or in case we have to cancel a meeting for some other reason. So we're just asking for an approval for that from the full committee.
It was approved unanimously by the subcommittee.
All right, so we'll take a vote on it. If
I'll
we
motion
could-
to approve a March 23rd meeting for
So
finance.
we're going to actually vote to approve the entire
Budget timeline.
Meeting schedule.
budget timeline, including the change.
Okay, I approve the entire fiscal 27 budget timeline with the change.
And I'll second that.
All right, and all in favor? Any opposed? All right,
Okay.
timeline
Thank you.
accepted.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Next is the CAPS informational data.
There was a lot of it.
You have pages and pages and
Pages.
pages.
Oh yeah, we do.
Do you want me to read it?
Oh, the cliff
No.
notes. Do you have cliff notes?
Sandy notes. The Sandy notes.
Research. So Desi is now requiring us to show in our minutes that this information is being shared with them. So that's pretty much, that's it in a nutshell.
Okay.
I mean, I thought it was very thorough and comprehensive, so I'm fine with it.
It's a, yeah, it's a great
It's a lot.
organization.
Yes.
And that building on Mechanic Street should be ready very shortly, so I'll find out and go for a visit.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. Yeah, so.
Sounds like a
And see
plan.
what they did to my old office.
Yeah.
Please put your name on the plaque. man.
Right.
Yeah, a little plaque. So unless you have any.
No,
Nope.
thank you. It was pretty thorough.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, approval of the minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the January 5th, 2026 minutes.
I'll second.
All right, I got Ronnie's hand up. Ronnie's second. Everybody in favor? Anybody opposed? Minutes are approved. Subcommittee reports. Did we have a policy subcommittee
did not.
meeting? No policy subcommittee meeting. Finance subcommittee.
We did meet, and we have. Well, we heard the timeline. We also have some warrants and some transfers.
Okay.
Want me to read them?
Why don't you go ahead?
All right. So warrants from the general fund. Warrant number 20, $3,159,584.50. Warrant 21, $1,262,238.96. Warrant 22, $2,868,719.26. Warrant 23, $605,618.89. Warrant 24, $7,748,274.39. Warrant 25, $461,212.63. Warrant 26, $2,889,121.20. Warrant 27, $582,175.32. Warrant 28, $2,571,229.91. Grants and revolving. Warrant 20, $209,087.38. Warrant 21, $636,782.30. Warrant 22, $260,834.04. Warrant 23, $98,218.01. Warrant 24, $220,632.81. Warrant 25, $466,304.16. Warrant 26, $370,746.49. Warrant 27, $233,085.76. And warrant 28, $181,124.97. The subcommittee voted unanimously to approve.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
You need to approve first.
Oh.
I make a motion.
Sal, did you make
I thought you
the
said you motioned it.
No.
Is there a motion?
Oh, I'll motion to approve the. Oh, sorry.
I second it.
He's chairing.
Sal motioned, I second.
All in favor? Anybody opposed? All in favor.
Sorry, I thought you motioned it. I'm sorry.
All right.
Follow along, Sal.
Anything else from finance?
We've got transfers. There's 3 of them. We have to have a separate vote for each one. I will start with the first one. Finance is requesting the following transfer from general fund salaries to the general fund expense totaling $630,000 as stated in table 1. You have it in front of you.
I make a motion to approve that.
I'll second it.
Motion, Jen seconded. All in favor? Thank you.
Okay, transfer 2. Finance subcommittee is requesting the following transfer with the general fund salaries between DESI codes totaling $90,000 as stated in table 2.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Eileen made a motion. Jen second. All in favor?
Thank you. And then the final request coming from finance, the following transfer within the general fund salaries between DESI codes totaling $60,000 as stated in table 3.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor? All right.
That is all.
That's it, Greg. Next we have obsolete equipment. Looks like there's a machine that used to make the everlasting gobstopper.
I know, we were like.
I didn't see it. That's it.
I
my
make
God.
a motion to approve,
they make it
to
out
get
then?
rid of the obsolete equipment.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Get rid of that thing.
The second, we got to vote.
Oh yeah. All in favor of getting rid of the machine, make the everlasting gobstopper.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Well, there. Kendall Fund expenditure.
The cheerleading team are going to a competition. If they're raising funds, and if they're short on funds, we're requesting $5,000 out of the Kendall Fund to,
So up to 5,000?
up to $5,000 out of the Kendall.
Do you happen to know what they're at now?
What they have raised?
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
So, the trip is in March, so we just want to be, cognizant of the timeline.
Yeah.
So we just want to be prepared in case.
Is that enough?
It came on quickly.
Yeah. Competition.
They're working hard to fundraise, but if
They don't have a lot of time.
can't get it all done, we.
Okay. Is 5,000 a safe estimate or? Okay.
Will that cover it? Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Any motion?
I make a motion to approve up to $5,000 from the Kendall Fund.
Ronnie made a motion. Ronnie seconded. All in favor? Okay.
Good luck.
Approval of the warrants. We already did that. Approval of budget transfer. We already did that. Acceptance of a gift. What do we have for the gift?
Pay to the order of the Leominster High School yearbook.
$1,100.16, which is always an interesting
I know.
denomination.
Yep.
But I would like to accept the gift, and if we can just ensure that a thank you card goes out, that would be wonderful.
All right. Eileen made the motion.
I'll second.
Caleb seconds. All in favor? Accept the gift with a thank you card.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Vote on individual contracts. Okay.
But we do need to just
Announce.
vote on
Paris?
is the para contract.
Vote on the collective.
So we'll do that under, yep, I thought that's where we were next.
Vote on collective bargaining agreement. Okay, so we met in executive session. The updated contract was presented to us, and we'd just like to take a formal vote to accept it.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the contract for the para-educationals, and kudos to the whole team of negotiators, but Sandra was our person from our committee.
Eileen made the motion, Ronnie second. All in favor of approving the contract?
Yeah, thank you to everybody on both sides, really.
All right, last action item, approval of the student council field trip.
That's in here. They're going to Hyannis, to the Antelope Resort and Conference Center. I make a motion to approve the field trip for the student councils representatives.
Eileen made the motion, Sandy seconded it. All in favor?
Have fun.
There's a go.
Perfect.
Any new or old business?
I just wanted to, recognize, because we ended up not meeting our last meeting in December, which was Melissa Bible's last meeting. So I just want to acknowledge that she has done a really nice job on the committee for a number of years. We never got to formally thank her for her service. So I just wanted to, to do that. So that was all.
Thank you.
Just in policy, I know we had some stuff waiting back from the attorneys. Can we get that on the next subcommittee, just for update?
Yeah, and we do need to have a meeting.
Yeah. I just know we had a couple things in lingo.
Yep. No, thank you.
Anything else? Anybody want to make a motion to adjourn? Sandra makes a motion to adjourn, and Jennifer seconds it. All in favor? Meeting adjourned.